1971 to 1974. Strat-O-Matic Excel Carryover League. Brought to you by the Shrimp Trawler.
Game 445, Arizona at Portland. Welcome back, baseball fans. 71-74 Carryover League. We are starting the postseason tournament, the beginning of the second half of the season, which is an abbreviated tournament that slowly but surely whittles it down to a playoff field. And so what we begin with are first and second place teams battling to see who is in first. Nothing gets clinched. We're just trying to distinguish first from second place. So how do we do that? Well, we have these what I call 7-game division titles. And what happens is the matchup is the first and second place team. In this case, we are in the National League with a series between Arizona and Portland. And the away and the home is the opposite of how they matched up in the first half. In the first half, Portland played at Arizona in a best of 7, where Arizona had home field. Arizona used that to get a +3, won that series 4-1, so they have a +3 in a tiebreaker column. Also, Arizona, this is the actual number of games behind they are. They're 3 games behind Portland, with up to 7 games to be played. And so, with that math, Arizona needs to win 5 of the 7. That would give them a tie, and they of course have the tiebreaker. So it is a 7-game number of games to play. If Arizona can get the 5 wins or sooner than that, then the series would end. If Portland can get 3 wins sooner than that, the series would end. So Arizona needs a 5-2. Let's see what happens. Game 1 in Portland, Reggie Cleveland versus Nellie Briles. And this one is a wild affair. Went extra innings, and in the extra innings, the visitors, Arizona, scored 4 runs off of Bill Butler and Ray Bear. But in the bottom half, with a 9-5 lead, Daryl Knowles gives up a 2-run homer to make it interesting. It's a 9-7 victory for the visitors, Arizona. That's 1-0. Now they only have to win 4 out of 6. So how does Arizona fare in Portland in Game 2? Final score, 4-2 visitors. Arizona trying to do what they need to do. The odds are stacked against them to win 5 of 7. Hal Breeden triples, RBI single by Braun. We get a sac fly and a single by Roger Freed in the 8th and the 9th inning, and RBI single by Merv Retman for their 4 runs. Portland's offense is in a malaise. They get a sac fly in the 9th and make it close 4-2. This time, Daryl Knowles gets a save without giving up a homer. And Jim Willoughby defeats Ray Sadecki. So just like that, Arizona 2-0. Now the goal is to win 3 out of 5. That's a little bit more reasonable. They could do that, you'd think. They just beat this team in their park 2 straight. So we go to the desert. And Arizona in the desert, reveling with the momentum, and Portland with no momentum at all. The Arizona Diamondbacks are cruising here. Homer by Dave May, 2-run shot Dalton Jones, a 4-run 5th. 3-run homer by Ed Herman, 2-run homer by Hal Breeden. A 12-5 final. All-Star representative Juan Pizarro, the lone Arizona All-Star. 7 2/3, 5 hits, and a grand slam to Frank Robinson was all the damage. Beating Ray Corbin. 3 straight wins for the team that desperately needs them, Arizona. So now, with up to 4 games left, all they got to do is split 4 games. And the first 2 of those 4 games are in their own ballpark. Arizona! How about these great Arizona Diamondbacks? Hang on to that thought there. Game 4, Portland, trying to stop the bleeding here. Rob Gardner versus Steve Stone. And in this one, it is Portland who provides some late foot. They get to Steve Stone in the 7th inning with 4 runs, including a 2-run homer by Portland's lone all-star Bob Montgomery. And Portland wins 6-4. So they get a win. Arizona's still up 3-1. And they just have to win 2 out of 3 now. So what do they do in their final home game of the series in Game 5? Oh, they lose. They lose again. Portland wins 2 straight as Arizona blows the momentum, and pretty much, folks, the Arizona Diamondbacks are just wasting my time. I've got to play 6 games because they somehow won the first 3 games of this series, and then they proceeded to collapse like a portable tent, and yeah, it's terrible. Reggie Cleveland went 7 2/3, but again, Darryl Knowles gave up another home run in this one to Bob Montgomery. And Natalie Briles pitched decently. Anyway, folks, Portland wins 5-4, and so after all of that, Arizona's up 3-2, but now they have to win 2 more games. Unfortunately, they're in Portland. The good news is they've already won 2 games in Portland, so they know what they have to do. Do the same thing they already did. Win 2 games in Portland. All Portland has to do is win a baseball game, and I can stop this nonsense from continuing. Today's starting pitchers, it is Jim Willoughby for Arizona. A really nice card. He was a Giant in 72. 6-4 with a 2.35 ERA in 88 innings. A starter 8. They gave him that card. It's a starter 8. And he dominates lefties, and a lot of times the opponent likes to stack the lineup with righties. Portland will use Ray Sadecki. He was a New York Met in 71 with a 2.93 ERA in 163 innings. We've got some quality pitchers for these haggard teams. In a Game 6 where Portland just needs to win one of these to remain in first place until the next round of the tournament. So, leading off for Arizona, it is Brock Davis, 46, short X. Shortstop is Chicken Stanley, a 3.22. He makes the play. Obviously, this stuff's unpredictable. You know, expansion teams, I have no clue what's going to happen. Arizona rips off 3, Portland rips off 2. Who knows? I don't even know if momentum exists with these expansion teams. Julian Javier, 48, double 1-10 is a base hit. Roger Freed, same thing, and it's another base hit. Runners on the corners for Merv Retman. 1-8 is a single to center. That'll score a run. Roger Freed will hold at second. Dave May, 63, right X. In right field, we have Coggins, a 3.5 in right field. And he drops the ball for a double. And you can see what's happening, folks. Anytime a team sees a path to victory, they then kick it back to the other team. And that's what Portland's doing. After ripping off 2 wins, they want to give another game away, it looks like. Second and third, 1 out. Hal Breeden, 45, second X. This will score at least 1 run. Billy Parker's a 3.13. And he makes the play with the runner from third scores. Runner from second goes to third for Bill Plummer, who bounces to short. 3-0 deficit for the Portland team. Rich Coggins, 39 is a walk, a base stealer. Not going anywhere though. Al Gallagher, 39. That's a base hit because you held the runner and he rolls the plus. Well, that's solid. I can appreciate that. Runners on the corners, no one out for Frank Robinson. 47 is a base hit off of Willoughby. Gallagher holds at second. We got some scoring today, folks. It's 3-1, nobody out. Bob Montgomery, the All-Star, 1-3. K. Tom McCraw, 2-8, lines the first, and with 2 outs. Billy Canigliaro, 69, flies to center field. Nice rebound by Willoughby. It's 3-1. Top of the 2, Dalton Jones, 48. Single 1-9, line out on a 10, and that's what he does. Dale Maxwell, 3-10, bounce to short. And Brock Davis. Brook Davis would sound better. Brock Davis, 59, pops to third. Bottom of 2, Bob Barton, the catcher, 111, bounces to third. Billy Parker, 2-8, grounds to third. Chicken Stanley rolls to first. We'll get some cards when it's more meaningful. Normally I like to get rolling in these games. Javier, 5'11", right X. Right fielder is Coggins, a 3E5, and he makes the catch. Roger Freed, 53, left X. Left fielder is Frank Robinson, a 3E13, makes the catch. And with 2 outs, Redmond, short. 3-1, bottom of the third. It's Rich Coggins, 62. Short X. This is Maxwell. Nice little shortstop, a 2E19. Makes the play. Alan Gallagher, 2-6, pops to second. And Frank Robinson, 6'11. Pitcher X. Willoughby's an E16. And that's an error. Frank is on at first. The tie run with 2 outs is Bob Montgomery, 68, pops to short. We'll go to the fourth. It's Dave May, 1-8. Bounce to short. Hal Breeden, 54, short X. And Chicken Stanley's a 3E22, makes the play. And Bill Plummer, 65. This guy's a center. After the hot first innings, teams have settled down here. Tommy McCraw, 310, flies to right. Billy Canigliaro, 1-8. Let's take a look at a card. Billy Canigliaro was a Boston Red Sox in 71. 262 hitter with 11 home runs and 400 plate appearances or so. Good defensive player too. A ton of doubles on his card. 26 doubles and 351 at-bats. A lot of extra base hits. 1-8 though. Homer 1-18, and it is gone. We have a 3-2 game. Bob Barton, 52, pops to first. Billy Parker, 58, skies to right. Into the fifth we go. It'll be Dalton Jones, 6'11", second X. This would be Billy Parker, 313, makes the play. Dale Maxwell, 49. 1-7 is a double. Brock Davis, 1-4, skies to right, and with 2 outs, Julian Javier skies to center field. 3-2 Arizona. Got a close game at least, and competitive, fun one for you folks. Bottom of the fifth. Let's pause a moment for station identification.
This is the Shrimp Trawler video channel.
Este es el canal de videos de camaroneros.
All right, bottom of the fifth. It'll be Chicken Stanley. 49 off Willoughby, second C. Rich Coggins, 1-7, bounce to third, and Al Gallagher. 2-9, let's take a look at Al Gallagher. Was a giant third baseman in 71. Didn't last long, did he? I think he went to the Cardinals after this. 277 and 460 plate appearances with 5 dingers. Solid third baseman. 2-9, triple, 1-2-8 double. That is a triple. So you got a runner at third with 2 outs. And you got Frank Robinson. Tie run at third. Here's the pitch. 54, pops to first base. Willoughby gets him out. Top of the sixth, it's Roger Freed. 1-5, Ks. Merv Retman, 63, first. And Dave May, 210, base hit. 2 outs for Hal Breeden. 311, bounces to short. Wow, the pitchers have settled down nicely after the first inning here. Bottom of the sixth, it's Robert Montgomery. 38 is a K. Tommy McCraw, 52, pops to second. Billy Canigliaro, 67 is a K. Seventh inning we go. We have Sadecki's a breaking inning. He's a starter 7. Willoughby's a starter 8. You get the bottom half of the Arizona lineup. It'll be Bill Plummer, longtime Red backup catcher. 1-3 flies to left. Dalton Jones, 2-6, skies to right, and with 2 outs, it's Dale Maxwell. 1-5. Wow, a double, a clean double, automatically on the Maxwell card on a 1-5, and with 2 outs, it's Brock Davis. 66 is a fly ball to right field. Sadecki gets through 7 after it looks like he was going to get knocked out in the first. Nice little performance here, stranding some runners. Stretch time here in Portland. The hometown Rosebuds, they're down 3-2. We've been enjoying Beauregard Beauregard was a professional razzler from the Portland scene in the early 70s. Put together this funky blues rock thing here. I got something tomorrow. Great stuff. A young great sage of the Wipers playing guitar on this LP by Beauregard. Go find this in a record store. Good luck. You're not going to find it. Bottom of the 7th. 3-2. Portland needs to rally to knock these pesky Diamondbacks into second place for a while. Willoughby will continue. He'll face Bob Barton. 48 is a single for Barton. And the home team, knowing that Montgomery can come in and catch, but put Jerry Kenny as a pinch runner. Jerry Kenny's a pinch runner. The batter's Billy Parker. 47 is a base hit into right field. Right fielder is Retton with -1 arm. He's going to go coast to coast. And he advances on a 14. The speedy pinch runner goes to third base. Runners on the corners, nobody out. And you got to bring it up for Fred Stanley. Here's the pitch. 3-6 with the infield up is right B question mark. Going to tag up, definitely. Kenny, the pinch running has worked out thus far. 16, 17, 18. -1 for Retton is a 17 on the advance. And he scores on a 12. So that's an RBI for Chicken Stanley to tie this thing, scoring this guy, Jerry Kenny. Runner at first, 1 out in a tie game of 3 apiece, Rich Coggins. 1-4 center. And with 2 outs, Alan Gallagher. 38, rounds to short. We stayed with Willoughby because he's a starter 8, and the bullpen's a little shaky. 8th inning, Ray Sadecki's pitched pretty well after an early struggle, and he'll continue into the 8th. Julian Javier, 6-10's a strikeout. Roger Freed, 1-6 is a strikeout, and with 2 outs, it's Merv Retman. 49, triple 1-7 double. It's a 2-base hit, and with 2 outs, it's Dave May. Sadecki's really good against lefties. Let's take a peek at the Dave May card anyway. Not much you can do. Lefties or righties, pretty symmetrical. Great year he had for the Brewers in 73. 25 homers and a .303 average. Got snubbed for the All-Star game because Arizona is a bad team and he only had 1 representative. Big moment here for Dave May trying to break the tie. The pitch to Dave May. 63 off Sadecki is a fly ball in the right field. You have Coggins out there, a 3-5 in right field for Portland, and he makes the grab. Tough break for Zona. 3-3 tie, bottom of the 8th. Willoughby's breaking inning. We will continue with Frank Robinson. 2-6 is a grounder to short for the slumping Hall of Famer. He's 1 for 4 today, actually. And Bob Montgomery. 1-7. Homer 1, fly ball the rest. It's a fly ball the rest. And with 2 outs, Tom McCraw. 1-7. Double 1 at 12 gets the double. And with 2 outs, it's Billy Canigliaro, who had a homer earlier in this game, has a chance to chase Willoughby with a 2-out RBI hit. The pitch to Canigliaro. 1-4, he cannot. He skies the left field. All right, we go to the 9th. We are tied 3-3. Breeden, Plummer, and Jones. Arizona's not very good against lefties. They're good against righties, not against lefties. So Sadecki's going to try and go 9. Here's Hal Breeden. 59 rolls a second. Bill Plummer. 37 strikes out. And Dalton Jones. 57 is a strikeout. Ray Sadecki finishes 9 innings. Can his team win it in the bottom half? Willoughby's going to go out there and try and finish 9 innings. It'll be Jerry Kenny leading off. He was the guy who pinch ran for Barton. Jerry Kenny. 2-7 is a base hit to left field for Jerry Kenny. Again, C-Stealer, 16 runner. Billy Parker is the hitter. He had a big hit in that 7th inning. Pitch to Billy Parker. 68 off Willoughby, pops to short. 1 out, Fred Stanley. 67 is a line out. And with 2 outs, it's Rich Coggins. 37 is a fly ball to right field, and both guys go 9. And folks, you get bonus baseball. Lucky you. How about that? You get an extra inning game out of Arizona and Portland. So, as per norm, the home team throws their closer out there. For Portland, it's a gentleman by the name of Ray Bear, who in 1972 had a 0.53 earned run average in all of 17 innings, and Strat-O-Matic made his card. His whip, though, he's put 24 men on base in those 17 innings, so when you look at the card, you're like, I mean, it's good, but it's not that good. You tell me 0.53 ERA, I expect nothing, but that's not the case. Ray Bear comes on in the 10th, and it will be the bottom of the lineup, Dale Maxwell leading off. 32 pops out. Brock Davis. 65, second C, and with 2 outs, Javier. 5-8 flies to right field. All right, now the visitors, not wanting to go to their closer for the road team. They want to save the closer for if and when they get a lead. So they're going to go Dick Bainey here in the 10th. Bainey's a righty, and frankly, it's a right-handed heavy lineup because of the way Willoughby, they loaded up the lineup because Willoughby was good against lefties. So maybe we'll turn some guys around here. In the 10th, Alan Gallagher leads it off. Now, he's a third baseman, but Jerry Kenny was put in the game to DH. You can move him to third base and get a pinch hitter here. Oh, and I got one, folks. I got a pinch hitter. Yep, Bernie Carbo is going to pinch hit here. Boy, we've seen this guy hit home runs as a pinch hitter before. Carbo in 73 at 286 with 8 home runs for the Cardinals, Reds, Cardinals, Red Sox. Plenty of good moments for him for all 3 of those franchises, and now he's trying to bring some success to the Pacific Northwest. Can do it right here. The pitch to Bernie Carbo. 45 off Bainey, rolls the second. He will actually move Robinson to DH, Coggins to left, Carbo to right. And here is Frank Robinson. 47's a strikeout. And with 2 outs, it is Robert Montgomery. 6-12 rolls to the mound. Well, that didn't work. Top of the 11th. All right, Roger Freed's not very good against righties. They'll lift him because Bear's not going anywhere. It'll be Ted Eulander. Comes in to pinch hit for Roger Freed. Pitch. 4-12, skies to right. They'll simply play right left field. Merv Retman. 1-2, flies to left field plus injury. Well, that's unfortunate. You just took an outfielder out. That means Brock Davis has to go into right field, freeing up your DH spot where Retman just got hurt. And with 2 outs, it's Dave May. 66 is a pop to second base. 2 innings for Ray Bear. We'll probably take him out. Dick Bainey's going to try and complete 2 innings. In the bottom of the 11th, it's Tommy McCraw. 46, flies to center. Billy Canigliaro, 58, flies to left. And with 2 outs, it's Jerry Kenny. 68, Jerry Kenny's been into a lot of action today. It's a base hit. Pinch runner scored, singled in the 9th, and singles again here with 2 outs. Tempted to steal. Who's catching? Bill Plummer's still catching. -1 arm. Makes it 1-10. Let's steal Jerry Kenny. And he steals on a 5. He steals the base. So now Kenny's at second with 2 outs. And it's Billy Parker with Ken Boswell on the bench. I think they're going to pinch hit Ken Boswell to play second base and empty the bench here. And here we go. Ken Boswell, left-handed second baseman, will try and single in Kenny if possible against Dick Bainey. Here's the pitch. 1-8, Ken Boswell. Let's take a look at the card. Homer 1-7, double the rest, and it's a double, and that was the call. Ken Boswell. He wins the game in a walk-off as a pinch hitter. Boswell was a Met in 71. Mets didn't want him anymore, and he shows up here in Portland. He walks the game off with 2 outs in the bottom of the 11th inning, and Portland wins the game and wins the series by winning the final 3 games, which means these teams have split 6 games. And by splitting 6 games, we know that Portland will be in first place before the next round of the tournament begins. So Ray Bear actually does get the win with the 2 innings of relief where he got everybody out. Sadecki ends up with a really nice no decision. 8 hits and 3 runs. It all came in the first. And then Arizona, again, nothing since the first inning, and that just killed him. Not even a walk. 5 strikeouts. 4 of their 8 hits came in the first inning, and that was it. Tough loss for Dick Bainey. He got the first 5 batters out with a strikeout, but single, a gutsy stolen base, and a pinch hit double doomed him. Just 2 hits and a run and a K. Nice no decision for Jim Willoughby as well, giving up 8 hits and 3 runs. The plucky Portland team, they had been in first place for most of the year anyway. And yeah, Arizona, that was a zenith rather than a portent. That was kind of a fluke little 3-game winning streak earlier in this series. 1-0-11, 0-1-0, 10 2/3, 4-10, 3-8, 0-5, 1-4, 1-4, 0-5. Game 6 is done. And when we look at the overall standings, we should find that Arizona is still 3 games back. Because that's how we started this thing, with them being 3 games back. Game 6. That doesn't mean Arizona's season's over, but it's making it awful difficult now. Plus, they're going to have to play out of their division. So, Arizona is now, here they are, they're 15-19, hitting .270 with a 3.56 ERA. Pizarro was our all-star. He's 5-3, 12 runs in 65 innings. That's really good. Hal Breeden has 6 home runs for this team. 44 hits for Brock Davis. But Portland does win the series. They're now 19-17. The good news is that it means there's probably only going to be 1 team going to playoffs in this lousy division, because 2 teams would be too much to ask for, really. 263, 344, those are pretty good numbers for an expansion team. Sadecki, 3-2. Bob Montgomery, though, the all-star catcher, having a MVP kind of year in a short sample size. 16 home runs, 36 RBI. He's 39 for 142. So yeah, he'll be on the MVP list, but highly unlikely he will pass Hank Aaron. Plus, in a rather disturbing stat, this should disqualify him, Bob Montgomery has 4 walks and 46 strikeouts. Oh, I hate to see numbers like that. That really annoys me here. So when we look at the standings now, Arizona, like I said, they really did waste my time. Over here, they were 3 games back. Then they won 3 in a row to be tied. And they lost 3 in a row to be right where they were at the beginning. At 4 under 500. The way this math works is your second place team, could they fall all the way to the bottom and the 3rd and 4th teams both advance? Well, the simple math is, could the bottom teams combine where both of them are, in this case, 4 games under 500? And the answer is no, because the Rockies are 5 under, these guys are 7 under. There's no math where both become 4 games under. So that means Arizona will survive another round. And that's how we compute that. Which means that when Vegas and Colorado play, it'll be loser goes home. And that'll be a little bit later in this first round of the tournament. There we are, folks, from the National League Mountain. I haven't played a lot of games on YouTube with this division for obvious reasons. It's just not great matchups, obviously, talent-wise. But at least it's fun baseball, out of context. Thanks for checking this out, and we'll see you next time.